Good evening, everyone. Let me share, let me tell you about, how to write a personal statement, as I told you, I'm going to document every, um, parts of my journey. And so right now, there is 24th of August, a Sunday. Today was really nice. I had had to do some home stuff, and let me tell you one thing that my family has its own business. It has my mother and father have two villas in Oktash, and it's kind of in Uzbek language this is dacha. So every day people just come and go in the evening. They pay us for each day. They have rest. We have pools, we have saunas, and in one of the villas we have winter pool and one sauna. But in another it is mainly for summer. There is no sauna yet, but we are about to build it. So you know what? People they go and come and go, and after each our customer, we need to make some cleaning so that villa is going to be ready for another customer. So today I had to with my sister we had to do a cleaning in the first one, which has winter pool. And so it was in the evening. So right now I'm at home and I need to write my own personal statement. So I decided to share some insights with you about what is a personal statement and how to craft it. You know, so yesterday, let me say something about yesterday. Yesterday, one of my mentor, my close friend of mine, Said, uh, you know, he had a flight. I didn't go to the flight, but it was the last day in Tashkent in Uzbekistan. So he had a flight to US, and he got this year he got into Colby College with full ride scholarship, and he's my mentor and he's my teacher. He's my mentor and he's a close friend of mine. You can he's and we had a really nice day with him. And indeed, yesterday was SAT exam day, SAT August day, and many of his students were taking SAT exams, and I had an opportunity to meet them as well. It was really nice. We had a talk about many other stuff, and he told me, and we came up with an idea about we talked about many other things, and we decided to we came up with an idea to write my own personal statement. We talked about many other things, and this year I decided to apply for Babson College for ED, for early decision. And after analyzing many other things, I decided to apply for Babson because it's the number one for entrepreneurship. And to be honest, I was planning to apply for UPenn, but later on I talked with another mentor of mine, Oljaz, who lives in Kazakhstan, and we talked about many other things. He told me that if I'm interested in CS, I'm interested in CS and blockchain technologies, what cryptocurrencies, and he told me that I can learn them on my own. Like CS major is not the really appealing thing, and I said to him that I'm really interested in business and entrepreneurship, and he told me that Babson would be really nice. Babson would be really nice, and that Babson is a business college, and in business colleges you have plenty amount of free time. So in free time I can shoot my videos, lead my YouTube channel, lead my Instagram as well. I decided to lead my Instagram as well. I will start it soon, but I need to decide with my mentor, with my friend Said, which language I'm going to use for my Instagram, or shall I open another YouTube channel, or many other things. We need to plan about everything. So right now, I think he is on the plane to New York, and during the plane he told me that he's going to plan everything, and then we are gonna you know um, talk about all this stuff. So I'm applying for Babson for ED this year, and this is my own decision, and I really fall in love with this university because of the because of the opportunities that it provides. It is number one for entrepreneurship. Second, it's located in a rural area, which is quite really something really great that appeals to me. And also it is close located in Boston, to Boston, and located kind of close. I can meet up with MIT students or Harvard students. Then yes, you might ask me, why not you apply for Harvard and take a chance, or Stanford, which was also dream school of mine. But as a person and who at the beginning really had this kind of confusion, why would I apply to Babson College, when I can apply for Stanford University? And you know what, because of academic rigor, because I need business, I need to study business and entrepreneurship, I need to have something practical, I need to lead my own social medias, and learn stuff that are genuinely interested to me. I can do them on my own, or do many other things. That's why I decided to apply for Babson this year, and hopefully I will do everything to get in. So let's talk about personal statement. So I have some notes to share with you about what is a personal statement. So personal statement is it tells admissions officers about something that they cannot see from other parts of their application. So it might be an experience or some quirky characteristics of yours, and some other things that can be connected to you, and it shows your unique voice, and you need to elaborate on it. It's absolutely okay if you have no ideas what to write about, and you can just search for prompts in anywhere. Even in Common App you can search for look up the prompts of personal statement and write reflections on it. Many other admits who got into top universities this year from Uzbekistan, they highly encourage you to write reflections. But in my case, I don't know, I had already great experience that I in my rural area, I live in rural area, but despite this, I took long trips to Tashkent, where I had to learn for SAT, and I made a lot of friends, and I had to take long trips, 50-60 kilometers, and even more every single day, like totaling up every day to go there and come from there. It totals up around 140 kilometers, and I had to do this kind of take these long trips for I guess 7 months or 8 months to study for the SAT. And we decided to elaborate on this experience, to take one scene where I was sitting on a minibus and talking with a driver. And these things really happened to me, I'm not lying. And we had to talk about this, but dig deeper. I really encourage you to dig deeper, and to try to brainstorm and try to write about many other things. You shouldn't jump. What kind of mistakes I made? I would say I made the mistakes. I can even show you. For example, you can see for example, right now you can see some, for example, this one was my PS1, personal statement version 1, and many other ones. And I made lots of stupid mistakes, and I got some cool comments from my friend. But later on I decided to work on this, and I'm working on it yet. I'm working on it, and I decided to elaborate on my own experience. And so let's talk about crafting a personal statement. Personal statement has 3 acts, I would say, set up when you just introduce main characters. Let's just and I'm telling about this. I would say that I learned these things and I would be sharing with you, but it's kind of really strange because I'm not following these things, but I think I'm not following, but who knows, perhaps I'm following it. Perhaps I'm following it, but let's share. Look, a personal statement has set up a personal statement has set up where you introduce main characters and then you with a hook, with a hook to upcoming conflict or something which grabs attention of admission officer. You need to really remember that an admission officer is a bored speed reader. They spend around less than 2 minutes to review your application, and you need to have something at the beginning of a personal statement that can grab their attention, and so they can slow, so that you can make them slow down and review your application better. And in setup you need to have a hook which will hint to upcoming conflict or something. So after that you have a setup, you have a conflict, and you have a turning point. You have conflict where you have a turning point and you have a resolution. That's it. It's absolutely simple, but you need to make it more clear and avoid red flags. So I would say there is also another thing that you need to focus more. There is such a concept, call it externals and internals. Internals, the things that you happen inside you, your thoughts, your feelings, your, for example, perceptions about something, and that's internal. But there are other things such as external, some things that happened to you, some things that you did, and that is typically everything that happens outside. And you know what, in supplemental essays or and your personal statement, I think in personal statement you should be focused more on internals. Admissions officers want to see you, how that experience, if you're writing about an experience, typically that you do, and you need to write about more about internals, how it made you feel, how this things that happened to you made you think about your perceptions, or many other things. That's the most important thing in your personal statement. So that's a personal statement. And by the way, I would love to talk about my own ideas and how I'm going to shoot my videos. So look, I'm using my camera, and I'm going to show you. So yeah, it's my camera. I'm using a kickstand, and which was given by my friend, and I think I'm going to buy something cooler one, bigger one with more metal, and I already ordered it, and tomorrow I'm going to show with you, show how that thing looks, my new equipment for shooting videos. So I'm using my phone. My phone is pretty great, and I would love to be using the frontal camera. I don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah, I think it's called frontal camera. Sorry, I'm not a native speaker, but still. And then one day I decided, as I was working here, and I came up with an idea. Why wouldn't I use this mirror and just talk with you guys about other stuff, just using this, using the frontal camera, and it's not going to give me some inconvenience because it was about to give. And also, if you pay attention, it has really good lighting. The light is coming to my face really great because I decided to use the lamp, to shift it. It was indeed located here somewhere, and I decided to put it here to have better lighting. So really great. So mistakes that I have done, that I did, I think so far, creating my personal statement, crafting my personal statement, is I started early. That was really great. I started crafting it, I think, at the beginning of August, but still I'm working only on the first draft of the personal statement. And don't please repeat my mistakes. Start your personal statement as early as possible, and write more reflections and try to focus more on the internals. And Don't jump from one sentence to another. Focus on the one scene that is happening, and that's what I can tell you from my own experience.